And then once you open the file, one of the common things you will want to do is read from a file. And there are really two different file methods that you can use for reading. And they are read and read line. Read, so I go myfile.read, and whatever is in this file, if I do this with no arguments, the entire contents of that file get put into the variable. Okay, it doesn't delete what's in there, it just copies whatever's in there to that variable if I put no argument there. If I put an argument, it takes an integer, and that integer represents how many characters to read. So if I have a file that's, let's say, has 30 characters in it, and I call myfile.read, and I give it 10, it will give me the first 10 characters. The next time I call this, it will give me the next 10 characters. And if I call it a third time, it will give me the last 10 characters. So I can call that multiple times to read it 10 characters at a time if I want to. This one, read line, doesn't need any parameters, but what it does is it reads the file one line at a time. So it will go until it hits a line break. It'll return that first line. If I call it multiple times, it will return one line at a time until it runs out. When I reach the end of the file, all of these methods will return an empty string or a null value. And so I can check to see if I've reached the end of the file, because if I call this and this becomes empty, then I've reached the end of the file. So that's a way to know if you've reached the end of the file. And I'll show you how to implement that here in just a second.